from around the globe. It's theCUBE, with digital coverage of AWS Public Sector Partner Awards. Brought to you by Amazon Web Services.
Hi, I'm Stu Miniman, and welcome back to theCUBE's coverage of the AWS Public Sector Partner Awards. Going to be digging in, this award is for the most customer-obsessed migration, and happy to welcome to the program two first-time guests coming to us from India. First of all, the partner with Tech Mahindra, we have Gautam Chatterjee. He is the Vice President with Tech Mahindra, who's the winner of the award, and they've brought along their customer for this, that is Satindra Gupta, who's the director of the CPWD, which is the Central Public Works Department, part of the government of India. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, if we could just let's start with just a quick summary of what your organizations do. Gautam, we'll start with you. Tech Mahindra, I think most of our audiences, should be aware. Large, very well-known organization. Congratulations to you and the team on the win. Tell us, what your part of Tech Mahindra does.
Okay, so Tech Mahindra is a $5 billion organization, and it's a part of Mahindra and Mahindra, which is approximately a $22 billion organization worldwide. So Tech Mahindra is primarily into IT services and consulting services for the information technology and information technology related works across the globe. We have got multiple offices, almost around 90 locations across the country. And we have got the entire operations worldwide in different verticals and different geographies. So as a part of the Tech Mahindra, I manage the central government, that means the public sector business for Tech Mahindra, based out of New Delhi in India. And we handle the complete large public sector organizations and different ministries which are coming under directly Government of India.
Wonderful. Satindra, obviously public works, I think relatively self-explanatory, but tell us a little bit about your organization, your role, and if you could, introduce the project that your group worked with Tech Mahindra on.
Great. So Central Public Works Department is a approximately 65-year-old organization which was created by Lord Dalhousie in 1854. Since then, this organization is working. The prime responsibility of this organization is to do the construction work for the government of India, primarily in the building sector. And at DG CPWD, Director General CPWD, who is heading the department, is the technical advisor to the government of India regarding these construction matters. Right. So this department is spread across the country, from north Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, to south Kerala, and from Gujarat in the west to in the Arunachal Pradesh in the east. So this department has a presence across the country. We deal with all sorts of the construction activities, not especially to only the building, but we create the infrastructure for the government of India, like stadiums, jetties, so many, lots of the activity we do. And if there is any issue regarding, for example, in the tsunami came, so where the government deployed CPWD to construct the small houses which are suitable to that country. And CPWD is using the information technology since long, but we have all the operations are working in silos. Now, last year, it has been decided to implement the ERP system in the CPWD, wherein all its operation will be placed in a single platform, and everything will be connected to each other. So this is what the intended purpose of this implementation is. As far as myself is concerned, I am in charge of the implementation of this ERP system in the department, from its inception to the end. And it will involve the tendering process, it will involve the onboarding of the Tech Mahindra, and it's the implementation, looking after the implementation of entire system, thereafter devising the method to in the department to make it adaptable for each and everybody. So these are the rules that I have.
All right. Gautam, if you could, migration's obviously a big part of what I expect Tech Mahindra is helping customers with. Help frame up, the services that you're doing. Talk a little bit, if you could, the underlying AWS component of it, and specifically give us a little bit about Tech Mahindra's role in the the Public Works project that we were just talking about.
Okay. So coming to the relationship and the journey which we have started for this CPWD project, it's around year and a half back when you have started interacting with CPWD by understanding their business challenges and the business requirement, which is primarily the automating the whole processes. And there are multiple applications, multiple processes which they wanted to automate. Now, definitely, once that automation comes into picture, you have to take place the complete automations of the applications, the complete automations of the infrastructure, and the complete automations of the UI part of it. That is the user perceptions, user interface, right? So all three has been covered by this complete automation process. As a part of the system integrations business, our main objective is to plan and bring the respective OEMs who are the best of the breed technology providers, to bring them to utilize those platforms and to utilize those COTS applications, so that by utilizing those technologies and the applications, we can automate the complete process and provide the complete drill down management view to CPWD for their entire operations and applications. In the process of doing that, what we have done, we have brought in SAP as an S4 HANA implementation, which is the primary business applications which will be implemented in CPWD. The entire user login and user interface will be done through a portal, and that portal will be utilizing the Liferay as a portal, which will be the front-end user interface. There will be an e-tendering application, which will be also through one of my large partners who will be working together for us for the e-tendering applications, which is also a part of our entire forte of the whole automation process. And the entire application, e-tendering, the portal, and all the applications, as a matter of fact, will be hosted to the cloud on AWS platform. Now, once we're talking about the AWS platform, that means it will implement the complete infrastructure as a service and the complete platform as a service. So all the compute, storage, everything, we will be deploying from the AWS cloud, and necessarily all the platform in terms of your database, applications, all third-party tools to do the performance testing, management, monitoring, everything will be provided as a platform as a service by AWS. So we engaged AWS from the beginning itself. The AWS team and SAP team, both the major OEMs, worked with us very hand in gloves from the day one. And we have multiple interactions with the customer. We understood their challenges. We understood the number of users, number of iterations, number of redundancy, number of the kind of high availability they will require in terms of the business criticality of the applications. And based on which, together, along with AWS, Tech Mahindra, and SAP, all three of us together arrived at complete solutions, architecture, and the optimizations of the whole solutions, so that overall impact comes to CPWD as a customer, the ultimate results and the business output they deserve. So that is why we actually interacted. We have got the entire interactions with the AWS solutions team, AWS architect team, along with our enterprise architect and the solutions team, who worked very closely along with the customers, done the sizing so that it exactly matches the requirement, not only for today, down the line for next 4 years, because the complete implementation cycle is 18 months. And after that, Tech Mahindra as a prime service provider will provide the 4 years after implementation support to CPWD. Because we all understand that any government department, any government understanding, these kind of business applications implementation, it's a transformation. Now, this transformation definitely cannot happen overnight. It has to happen through a process, through a cycle, and through a phase. Because there will be the users who will be the proactive users who will start using the entire applications from the beginning. And gradually, the more and more success, the more and more user friendliness will come into the whole picture. Then participation for multiple users, multiple stakeholders will come on board. The moment that comes in, the users load, the users participations and users load both into the platforms, both into the infrastructure will keep on changing, keep on increasing. And that is why our role will be how to manage the complete infrastructure, how to manage the complete platform throughout the journey of this transformation of 5.5 years. And that is what the exact role as a prime and large MSP Tech Mahindra will perform for next 5.5 years, along with AWS, along with CPWD, and along with SAP.
All right. Well, Satindra, Gautam just laid out, I think, a lot of the reasons why they won the Customer Obsessed Award from AWS on this. You know, I think back to earlier in my career, and you talk about an SAP rollout, and it's not only the length of time that it takes for the rollout and the finances involved, but what Gautam was talking about is the organizational impact and adoption. So, would love to hear from your side. You know, what were the goals that you had coming into this? It sounds like it's getting greater adoption inside the organization for using these services. Give us your insight as to how that rollout has been going, the goals you had, how you're meeting them, any success metric that you use internally to talk about how the project has gone so far.
To implement the ERP system in the CPWD, the activity is going on since a long time. It's more than 1.5 years have been passed. We have engaged one of the consulting organizations to suggest the way to transform our business processes. So they have come with certain ideas, and within that, the ERP implementation is the last one. Most of the advice have been implemented, and we have started to get this ERP implementation, for which we had made interaction with all the leading IT service provider in the country, along with all the leading cloud service provider in the country, and of course, all the leading ERP solutions OEMs, ERP OEMs also. So it's a long journey. We have traveled approximately half of the journey from there, and through a formal training process, the Tech Mahindra has been appointed as a system integrator, and during they have come with all the sorts of the solution that they are offering. For example, they have come with the SAP as a ERP OEM, and thereafter this one live phrase solution for the portal, e-tendering application from a reputed his vendor, and over and above, everything is being hosted on the AWS cloud platform. So it's going to be and everybody knows that Amazon is a leading cloud service provider with lots of the facilities available with us. So during this journey, we had got lots of the support from the AWS. We had lots of the query regarding our data security, etc. The AWS team continuously visited our office and explained each our queries on this. And now from the March onwards, Tech Mahindra has started the implementation process, wherein More than 4 months have been passed since then, and we have traveled a lot. So the whole objective of this implementation is all our activity will be done on this ERP system only. Whether if somebody is working in the CPWD, he will have to either work in the on the ERP, or he will not be able to work at all. It's a like go and no go situation. So all our system is going to be automated. Earlier we were having a different IT application which were working in the silos. So everything we want to be integrated to each other, and the time that is being wasted to make the entry at for the different activity at the different time, and the application were not talking to each other, they are working in the silos, so that will go away. So what we are expecting, everything will be on the ERP system itself, and we are expecting the efficiency of our CPWD engineers is going to be increased tremendously. Apart from this, they will be able to handle more number of the works compared to what they were handling within the same time frame. Everything will be available on the click of the button, so for which we need not to go and ask from anybody to give the reports, etc. So from the management perspective, by the click of the button, we should be able to get all the inputs, all the reports, what is going on across the country in the organization. So it is going to be really a transformation to the working of the department, and in whole, the entire public works arena of this country is going to be benefited out of this. This is being a lighthouse project. This ERP implementation, the CPWD is a lighthouse of projects. So there are more than 30 public work departments, state public work departments are working. So this is going to open a window for everybody. Once it is success of this implementation, will have a far-reaching implication on the implementation of the ERP system or some IT application in the public works arena in the whole country. So lots of the stakes are there. So hopefully with the help Tech Mahindra, with the help of SAP, AWS, and it's their vendor, they will be able to implement successfully, and we are going to get the benefit out of. Everybody is going to be benefited, not only the Central Public Works Department, but all its stakeholders. All these stakeholders in terms of businesses, in terms of their reach to the public works organization in the government, because the IT has not been leveraged the way in the public works department by either in the central government or the state government, the way other organization has leveraged the IT. So it is going. It's a lighthouse project. Its success will have a far-reaching implication for everybody.
Well, I tell you that Satinder, that's been the promise of cloud, that we should be able to do something, and the scalability and repeatability is something that we should be able to go. Gautam, I want to give you the final word on this. Speak to how does cloud, how do we enable this to be able to scale throughout many groups within the organization without having to be as much work. I think about traditional IT, it's, well, okay, I spend a project, I spend so much time on it, and then every time I need to repeat it, I kind of have that same amount of work. It's the labor should go down as we scale out in a cloud environment. Is that what you feel the case? Help us understand how this Lighthouse account will expand.
Okay. So any cloud, initiative nowadays into any organization, it depends. It's primarily benefits in both the ways. Number one, the organization doesn't require to invest upfront on the capital expenditure part of it. That's very important. Number two, the organizations has got the flexibility to scale up and scale down based on the customer requirements. within a click of the mouse. It doesn't take in time because the entire provisioning of the infrastructure is available with the cloud infrastructure service provider. And similarly, the scaling up of the platforms, that's also available with the cloud infrastructure provider. So once you do the complete mapping, requirement, and the sizing for the entire tenure of the project, then the provisioning and deprovisioning is not a matter of time. It can happen with a click of mouse. That's number one. Number two, it becomes a very challenging activity for any government organization to have their own IT setup to manage such a huge mammoth task of the entire infrastructure, applications, services, troubleshooting, 24/7, everything. So that's not expected from the large government organizations as such, because that's not their business. Their business to run the country, their business to run the organization, their business to grow the country's different areas. And the IT services organizations like Tech Mahindra is there to support those kind of automation process. And the platforms which are available on the cloud nowadays, that's actually ease out the entire applications, entire management, monitoring, availability of the entire infrastructure. That makes ease out the whole complete system. So it's all works together. It's nothing that the system integration organization only will perform. It has to happen in synergies. So application has to work together, infrastructure has to be available together, the management monitoring has to happen, scaling up, scaling down has to happen, all kinds of updates, upgrades, and patches down the line for the complete tenure of the whole contract has to happen, so that the system, once up and running and delivered, it's performing at least for a period of next 5 years as the tenure of the contract in multiple department happens. Now, what Mr. Gupta was saying, it's very, very true that CPWD, it's the kind of motherly organizations for all public works department in the country. And all the public works department in the country are eagerly looking at this project. Now, it is very important for all of us, not only for Tech Mahindra, SAP, Liferay, and AWS together to work and make this project as a success, because it is not a reason that as a simple customer this project has to be successful. It's a flagship project of Government of India, and it's been monitored by directly the Government of India officials and top ranking bodies on day in day out basis. Number one. Number two, if we become successful together in this project, there will be an avenue for which Mr. Gupta has said that all state PWDs will be open to everybody. They will try and adopt and they will try and implement the similar kind of system to all the respective states in the country. So it's a huge opportunity in terms of technology enhancement, automations, infrastructure, applications, and moreover, as a service provider, to provide the services to all these bodies together, which I feel it's a huge, huge opportunity for all of us together. And we are confident that we'll work together hand in gloves the way we have done from the day one of this initiative, and we'll take it forward.
All right, well, Satindra, thank you so much for sharing the details of your project. Wish you the best of luck with that going forward. And Gautam, congratulations again to Mahindra for winning the most customer-obsessed migration solution. Thank you both for joining.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, and thank you for joining. I'm Stu Miniman. This is theCUBE's coverage of AWS Public Sector Partner Awards. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.